Hey everybody, so we're back with some more Domination gameplay for Halo Wars 2. And this is a game I think I did right after my last game, so here we go. Same start, same character, Brute Chieftain, Atriox. So in this video, we actually have some combat. In the last one there was barely any combat, the enemy team didn't really know what they were doing. And that's not going to change. This team didn't really know what they were doing either, but we actually get in on their bases and destroy them. So, get to see some more of my units and stuff. So, yeah, we're getting some power resources here. Gotta wait for that to charge up fully, so we fully have it. And those are the lightning bolts on the map. As you can see, just like before, we got points A, B, C, D, and E. And the teams have to go out there and claim those, and that's how you win the game. The other team's points slowly go down if you control the A, B, C, and D and E points. So again, as I was saying, we're still experimenting kind of with the most efficient way to start out, and it looks like I'm starting with the power supply and supply pads. And you can upgrade those and stuff too. So I'm making my way down to D, since that's the closest. And A is kind of an interesting one. It's right in the middle, and that's, I guess, supposed to be the contested one. It's neutral. So I guess B could be kind of tricky too, but I would say D and E are the most advantageous to the people on each side of the map, for sure. So my idea going into this match was to create some locusts, and their primary function is destroying buildings. They really kill buildings. So I wanted to try and get a decent amount of those in there on an enemy base and see how much damage I could do, because I don't know how effective they are in this game. The last game, they were pretty effective. So I'm going to kind of try and balance myself a little bit. I'm not going to go all out locusts, but I'm going to try and throw some banshees in there too.
We've captured Domination Point D. Local units.
So, the enemy's points are slowly going to go down, and ours are actually going down too. This team knows what they're doing a little bit. They know at least the point of domination is to get these points, unlike the last game. Yeah, I got another power supply in there. I kind of like the idea of those two. They burrow into the earth and they're kind of like taking the planet's energy. Kind of cool. Sentinel's not a problem. Just waiting for that Citadel upgrade. And I got it. That's how you get your tech level up. Very important.
We've captured Domination Point B. Augmented extractor upgrade complete. Chopper ramped and local units.
I will say this, the music in this beta is a little bit more intense than the last game. I like it for the most part. So yeah, I get a base all the way out here. I thought it'd be a good idea just to have another kind of point where I could potentially spawn units and keep these control points at the same time. And then you can also garrison your units in these watch outposts, and that increases your line of sight. And it's actually harder to kill units that are garrisoned up. So that can be strategic I'm already thinking you could always put like snipers up there, and if a bunch of infantry units come after you, you could actually take out a few of their infantry. And if you get some veteran units up there, they're super hard to kill. So at that point, if I was the enemy, I would just avoid that area, or not even try and kill them, because you would just use units. And one thing I was able to confirm is Scarabs, they were not in this beta, but I believe they will be in the full game, and I'll be very excited to have them back, because that was always kind of a fun thing to do. You could, at the beginning of the game, decide if you wanted to try and do a Scarab rush, and just put all your resources toward trying to get a Scarab. That was always fun. So yeah, getting those locusts up. They have, their range is super good, so you can stay out of the range of enemy turrets and just chip away at their base. And it's continuous beam too. So their only weakness is they have little energy shields, but once those energy shields are depleted, they die so fast from any type of unit, basically. Like even flamethrowers, they get wrecked. So you want to try and like protect them. So it's often good not to lead in on an enemy base with them. You want to throw in maybe like a few tanks or something in front of them, and then keep them in the back. And in large numbers, they can do a decent amount of damage to regular units, but their primary function is taking out buildings. Something that can really wreck them is like a leader power. Those can just, like a cleansing beam would absolutely destroy them. So they can be a little risky to use for sure. They could die like super fast, and that'd be like a waste of resources, but it's fun to play around with them. I know in the old game you could always drop a kind of like a canceling radar thing down that would stop any leader from using their ability. That was kind of a nice thing to have, and everyone had access to that. At least UNSC did, and that was a good way to cancel out leader abilities from anybody. But I don't think that's in this game. I'm not sure on that though. I haven't fully explored the ability tree. So we're slowly winning. Oh. Come across their first little group here. And I start focus firing on certain units to get rid of them quicker, instead of my units just like spreading out damage. If I can focus fire, I can kill them individually quicker, and they can't do as much damage anymore. So I don't know if the enemy just let his units like do whatever, but I think it's more advantageous to take control of your units manually if you can, to get rid of certain units.
Right away. The enemy sent vehicles after me. Local units.
So I'm definitely preparing to assault their base pretty soon. And they know I'm over there in some form. I got some veterancy on my units down there, so that's kind of cool. At this point, I haven't really explored my ability tree yet, and I kind of wish I knew what I was doing at this point, because then I could have healed some of these units up. I do get more into the ability tree when I get into the death matches later on. So yeah, this team is being a little aggressive. Not a big problem. So I've got my little force here, and I am ready to go. A good little mix infantry, air, and vehicle units. So I'm covering all my bases a little bit. Although my vehicles aren't very durable, like I said before. But they are base killers, for sure. So I'm going to take one of their points here. That's more important in this game mode than taking out their base, in my opinion. So I wanted to try and get this real quick before going after them. So now, I actually left, and I didn't mean to do that, so I had to make sure to keep the unit still progressing forward on taking that point. I want to upgrade my vehicles, and there I go. Give them a 15% damage boost and a health boost. Very useful.
Ready to take wing. We've captured domination point A. Making my approach.
And I'm moving in on a base here. I'm not sure if they have a base here, but, you know, I'm obviously going to check it out since I'm there anyway. And they do. They have one little outpost. It's going to get wrecked. Trying to upgrade my vehicles again. But I'm going to go for their aircraft to get them up. So I took out that base pretty quick. And my one unit got over there and started on the other one without me knowing. Their range is so good. I just focus fire on their main base. A good strategy is to sometimes take out a few of the smaller buildings first. That way the main base will die quicker. And if they're trying to make vehicles, if you destroy that vehicle building, then their vehicles are stopped. They stop production. So that's a good way sometimes to do it. But that base didn't have a lot of buildings, so I just went straight for the core base.
Cut through the air like a sword.
Now, in hindsight, I probably should have just ignored that power supply unit right there. Wasn't really necessary for me winning. I should have just moved all my units towards this next base. Because I'm giving them more time to set up, if they're smart, and try and counter what I have. So, I'm kind of wasting time right here, so that's something I'm definitely learning. But we're on our way to winning. At this point, I don't know if the enemy team can really do anything about that. It's too late. Now, unfortunately, it looks like one of the other guys may have quit. Because I don't see his main base there. So this guy has a few warhogs. They're getting destroyed. And I see they have enough units here and I'm not attacking them. They could easily whittle down my guys as I'm taking out their base. So I just want to take them out quick first.
I shall soar like the shell. The enemy is attacking. I will toy.
Taking out this other warhog. Took out their turret, so that's not attacking me anymore. And now it's time to go after their base. They've got one unit right over there. they're not really doing a lot of damage to my units, so I'm not even going after them. Plus, they're down to 180, 170 score. They're going to lose very soon. So it's fine. And there it is. Didn't even destroy their base, but hey, I'll take it fair and square. So thanks for watching, everybody. This is another Domination gameplay mode. I think I have one more of these, then I'm going to get into Deathmatch. So thanks for watching, everybody, and see you next time.